a little bit of the real story behind reselling. This is one of the small death piles because I'm still kind of ashamed of it. But I really can't believe I'm showing you this. Miss Blue Ridge Mama would kill me for being in here, wouldn't she, bud?
Yeah.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth cabin. Welcome back to Commonwealth Flipper. Got a bunch of great sales today, but I kind of want to lift the curtain like Wizard of Oz style a little bit. Now, a lot of you resellers out there who are serious resellers, you already know the truth. But a lot of people out there who don't resell and you watch YouTube resellers, you don't probably get the full picture. And as a matter of fact, I'm just going to tell you right now, a lot of what you see is either partially true or it just isn't true at all, or they're just giving you a taste, but they don't give you the full picture. I'm going to enlighten some of you non-full-time resellers out there, and I want those full-timers out there. I want those people who are serious about reselling, not even full-time, part-timers out there, to chime in as well and give the people who haven't been reselling or don't resell a little bit of the real story behind reselling. Let's take a look. We are going to talk a little bit about the hidden side of reselling today, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. We'll talk about the realities of it that's not often talked about, and I don't talk about it often. So here we go. Here's something that I didn't list these. This is, if you've been watching the show, I've got a couple, my wife lists things, and Bubba's girlfriend is just working a couple hours a week, and so she's learning. And this was something that is easy to make a mistake on. So if you look up the number of the Tupperware, there's all kinds of different variations. And a lot of these variations sell for about 15 bucks, which is what she listed it for. But these right here, this particular gold variation, white and gold, go for about $25 most of the time, sometimes more. Even on auction, I've seen them up as high as 30 bucks for these little tiny salt and pepper shakers. So if you ever find these out there, you can make good money on them. And we still make good money because I paid a quarter. Those actually came, if you remember the video, the rare $300 plush or something like that. I don't remember the name of it, but those came from there for a quarter. I saw them up there, and I think it was a windowsill, and I'm like, oh, those are good money. The big ones sell well. The ketchup and mustard ones sell as well. All right, so this next one kind of leads a little bit into what we're talking about. It's a kind of multifaceted topic today, but I can't stop Blue Ridge Mama from going to Goodwill. And y'all yell at me every time I tell her not to go, because she does stuff like this, right? I think this was $1.99, maybe $2.99. I think it was $2.99, and it sold for $30 plus shipping. But we have a massive death pile, and that's one of the topics today. The problems that resellers run into, and there's 3 or 4 different little subtopics that we're going to talk about. But this is it Lori Mitchell? Is that what it is? Yeah, there it is right there. Lori Mitchell, and that sold for 30 bucks plus shipping. I think it went to a viewer. Yep, we went to Courtney Robin's Nest 42, I think that's it. Hi Kevin, saw this on one of your videos and had to get it for my mom who collects Lori Mitchell. They can be hard to find, but I found a few in the thrift stores like Blue Ridge Mama did. If she finds more, I'll be happy to pick them up. Thanks, Courtney from Robin's Nest Resellers. Thank you, Courtney, appreciate it. So if you're not a reseller and you watch a lot of folks like me on YouTube or on different social media platforms, you see all, oh, look how much money they're making. Look at all this, and they post these amazing buys and these amazing sales, but they don't show you all the stuff, including myself. I'm going to give you a little glimpse into that. But I'm also going to show you some things that did sell. Some good stuff, because there's a lot of good stuff too. This one right here, just some raisins. Paid a couple of bucks, I don't know. This went for $10 plus shipping for these 4 raisins, so not a whole lot of profit. Some of you may remember me buying these in Tennessee, the 127 sale. And we just got around to listing them, for goodness sake, finally. I mean, and so, that had to be in some pile somewhere, right? These are some D&D, some Dungeons and Dragons catalogs. I don't know what the heck they are. Fantasy settings. There you go. I guess you know as much as me. Probably more. I don't know. Anyway, these right here sold for $28, I think. All right, so I want to show you something. So this is just very little bit of what I'm going to show you here. This is stuff that came from the Goodwill/yard sales. This is some of the stuff that Blue Ridge Mama bought the other day. She hasn't listed yet. This is just a pile. This is all unlisted. This is all unlisted, and this is just a tiny fraction of what we have that's unlisted. But what happens is you pull the things that are easy to list, and then the rest of the stuff becomes difficult to list. You know, stuff that you've either got to test or you've got to clean, and nobody wants to do. You know, you got to test and make sure the Nerf guns. I have a box of Nerf guns in there that's like tons of money in it, but you just don't want to deal with it. I've got, you know, some club head covers in here that were the strange ones that I didn't want to mess with. There's a, let's see here, here's a good example. This one right here, it's not just a plush, it's electronic, right? It's supposed to speak, so I've got to take this apart. More than likely there's some battery corrosion in there, and I'll have to fix that up. And then, you know, you got to test it, and then you're making $5 on it, right? And it's like, ugh, so much work, not so much money. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'll show you a little bit more inside. So it's more Tupperware. $13 for this. It's an egg keeper. I don't remember what they are. $7.20 something, I think. $7.23. I don't know. It's been a while since I sold the whole thing. A lot of times I'll just sell these on the inside because they're such easy first-class shippers. These have become better sellers for me over the years because so many people have chicken coops like me, crazy people, and so they want to have a little place to store them. But $13 plus shipping, I probably paid $1. All right, I'm just going to give you small little glimpses because I'm still kind of ashamed of it, and that'll just give you an idea. Everybody wants to brag about the success, but not about the messes they make and, you know, making a giant mess inside of your house because you're trying to make money reselling. And a lot of people do that, so think about that before you start. Here's a bunch of hats that need cleaned, that I don't want to clean, that need to be sold. All 3 tubs full of vintage hats. Here's board games right here. Whenever you sell board games, you need to go through and make sure that all the pieces are there. I've got Lego pieces that have pamphlets, but I'm not putting all that stuff together. Bunch of Revereware that needs cleaned, all kinds of Tupperware that needs cleaned. You know, where do you store those extra size boxes? All the stuff that's a pain in the butt to list, but you need to list it, you know, ends up in a, this is one of the small death piles. All of this stuff here is listed. But, you know, I haven't listed this keyboard up there, even though it's probably worth $100 at least, because it's a pain in the butt to ship. Here's some more games that need tested. This needs parted out. I'm going to keep showing you a few glimpses throughout the rest of this video, but if you are a reseller out there, whether part-time, full-time, put your comments below and tell people what I'm talking about. You know, tell them some of the downsides of it. Be honest with them, because a lot of people out there say, hey, I started reselling because of you or whatever. And I don't want to give people a false impression at all. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of mess. You need a lot of space. So some of y'all out there, tell us your stories. This is a legendary game. It's $10 plus shipping. This is a cool one. Mega Man, the Big Shake. I saw this at a sale. I'm like, I gotta grab this thing. I didn't even know what it was worth. But Mega Man is a great name to grab whenever you see it in whatever format. This happened to be VHS. I so wish it was sealed. Holy moly, this would be worth a lot of money. But it's still sold for $18 plus shipping for an old VHS. By the way, look at all this. Blue Ridge Mama, Bubba's girlfriend, Reagan, we're down here. And we have all this going out today. Round number 2 headed out. I think there was 160 going out of here today, plus other stuff. So thank you all for that, and thank them for all the work that they put in. And I sold a backpack. And, you know, this bin, thank goodness, something sold out of here, because I don't think I could put one more bag in here. Here it is. This is just a $1 buy. I don't remember where I got it, but I usually pick up these, I call them Galaxy bags. There's another one there from JanSport. And they usually go for around 15 plus shipping, and I think that's exactly what we got for this one, $15 plus shipping. And believe it or not, those go out first class. They usually sell back to school time, but we just listed that one. Now this is the kind of sale you see postered all over Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that, and makes people just like, oh, I can do it, I can be a reseller. But, you know, there's a lot of stuff involved, but this is definitely the sexy kind of stuff here. This is a vintage, new old stock cologne. I don't even know why I'm taking it out. But this one, I don't even think I need to take it out. This one right here, you can find this kind. This is 3.3 ounces, but you can't find one in this old box. So I put it out there for $100 plus shipping, which for the ounces was overpriced. But it sold very quickly within just maybe 30 hours or so. Aren't y'all? I cannot believe I'm doing this. Blue Ridge Mama would kill me for being in here, wouldn't she, bud?
Yeah.
This is one room in our basement. This is like the game room that I have partially taken over here. There you go. There's my death pile. That is the bulk of my death pile, and I'm going to get through that before garage sale season, or I'm going to sell it off fire sale. This all over here, y'all, all 3 tubs right there, Revereware, full of it. Full of Revereware, and I think one behind it is full of Revereware as well. And guess what? Turner sold the exact same thing again. That's the last time you're going to sell one of those. Chuck. My name's not Chuck. That one right there, buddy, sold for $70.95 plus shipping, just enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
I like your t-shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Here's another not sexy sale that I wouldn't post on Instagram, but it's part of the business, right? A lot of work, not a lot of money. $9 free shipping, $10 free shipping, $12 free shipping. Not a whole bunch of money there, but probably around $16 profit on those 3. All right, so all of you who are criticizing me for pointing out one thing that Bubba's girlfriend did earlier in the video, I'm going to do the same with myself, and I've been doing this now for 21 years, and I still screw this up from time to time. I listed something, and I put free shipping on it, and I did not intend to. And I'm still going to make a profit, but it is not going to be much. I paid $3 for this guitar. I sold it for $20. Almost knocked it off there. Free shipping. So after shipping and after fees on this, I'm going to make under $3 profit. Definitely not worth the time and effort put into that guitar. And I got to re-clean it. Must have got dusty up there. So, you know, you make mistakes sometimes. Sometimes you sell things at a loss because you screwed something up, either a bad buy or a mislisting or something, and you just got to eat it. So we don't advertise that stuff as human beings because it doesn't make us look good. But, you know, I made a mistake. At least this mistake, we're going to make a little bit of money. But in all honesty, we're losing money because we're losing time on making such a small amount of money. All right, here's another thing right here. Look, this one right here, Blue Ridge Mama's been working on this one for weeks, and she's been listing other stuff, and then comes back to this. And, you know, sometimes these little ones, they just hang around. And then, you know, a lot of the cool stuff she listed early because it's cool and it's going to make a bunch of money. And then this stuff's not going to make as much. So you're not motivated to list it. She will list it, but, you know, we're just not motivated to list those small dollar things. This is a cool sale. Love this sale. I love selling these things, especially when you get decent money for them, because I usually pay 50 cents or $1. This is a teddy bear Thanksgiving banner. Whoop, I gotta get this picked up here. All right, there you go. One-handed, it's always difficult. I thought that was pretty cool. Didn't sell when I thought it would sell, but it sold now. $15 for that plus shipping, and I paid probably $2. Here's a few more examples. This one I was talking about earlier. You know, it takes a lot of time and effort to clean those things off. And I like to put the butcher block oil on there to make the handles shine too. And it's a lot of work. And you just put it off because a lot of other stuff's easier to list. This guy's decent money, you know, at the right time of year, but it needs to be checked. The batteries need checked, replaced, because it's not working the way it is. And you just hope there's not corrosion in there. Bought all kinds of these throughout the year. These Monster High dolls and a few other different types in there, but the majority of these down there are Monster High dolls. Lots of money in these, but you got to do the research, and I'm just not motivated to do it. So you end up creating these tubs, and then this is a whole, you know, this is probably 2 to 3 hours worth of work researching pictures and listing. It's well worth the money, but it takes a lot of time. On the flip side, this is the kind of thing that gets listed quickly because there's not much effort in listing it, right? This is a Tiffany sunglass case. I mean, how easy is this, right? If I can get it open. There you go. How easy is that? You just snap a picture and list it, right? $20 for that thing. Free shipping, but I only paid, you know, probably, you know, a quarter maybe. So we'll make like, I don't know, $3, $7. We'll probably make 12 bucks on that deal right there. Easy and quick, and it doesn't end up in the death pile. Another thing we don't brag about is how long we have to hold on to items sometimes when you make a bad buy like this one. Now, I only paid $1 a piece for these, and I bought 5 of them. And 2 of them sold finally, but they've been in the store for over 650 days. I don't even know what they are. They're some kind of blocks for, I don't know, some kind of schooling or something. Homeschooling, I don't know. Paid $1 a piece. I'm like, yeah, this was back when I thought, you know, the homeschooling stuff would sell really well because everything else was. Well, this didn't sell at all. And I finally put it on a deep discount just to get out of it. And I did make money on it. Paid $2, you know, $1 a piece. Sold for $14 plus shipping. Is there anybody out there willing to share a story about how their inventory, unlisted inventory, took over a room? Or maybe even listed inventory. I've heard those stories before. Anybody out there who lost their bathroom to reselling? Tell me in the comments. All right, this is a sad one. I actually overpriced this by $3 or $4. These usually go for like 12, 13 bucks plus shipping. I put out there for 16 because I didn't want it to go because, I mean, who doesn't want a phone in their shed? Have y'all even noticed this? It's been here for like a year. And that blue phone. I'll have to find another one to hang up. Sold. Touchtone GE phone for $16 plus shipping. I probably paid $1. Sold Bible. Love selling Bibles. I know some people think it's a sin out there, but this Bible was I got a ton of free Bibles last year. Not because they were Bibles, but because the guy was getting rid of all the books he had at the 100-mile yard sale because he didn't want to carry them around anymore. He was buying storage lockers and selling stuff off. Well, he got tired of toting these books around. He's like, all books are free. And so I went and I found a ton of Bibles. This is just a nice little leather-bound Nelson Bible. Nothing amazing. King James leather-bound Bible. And that one right there sold for $14 plus shipping, and it was free. So that's definitely a good one for sure. And I really can't believe I'm showing you this, but I'm showing it to you. This pile is usually done and sold before the new year. Well, I've sold a ton of them. Well, not a ton. I've sold probably 7 or 8. But look at how many I haven't even tested. Testing each and every one of these. I mean, this is a good, I don't know, it's probably a good 3 hours worth of work to test, clean, and do pictures for these right here. And I've got a bunch of money in here for sure. Probably over $1,000 in here. But, you know, this is the kind of stuff that just, it happens if you're not diligent. Sophie must be super, super lonely because she hadn't come down here in months. When's the last time y'all saw her down here? She just staggered in the door and laid down. So I thought I'd let her say hi before I go put her down again. All right, here's another bad one, right? So this went for like $6.39. It was on 30% off because it had been in the store forever, over 600 days. So it's one of those buys, you know, you buy a bulk buy. I'm probably making less than $1 profit on this one right here. But, you know, I'm not going to brag about this one, but this is the deal right here. Again, another shirt that was in the store for over 600 days. 30% off. I sold for $12.41. Let me look. $12.47. Now, this was more than likely a $1 or $2 buy, so we're still making money. It's Cabela's. It's a large. I don't know. Maybe I should have kept that. It's a pretty nice little shirt. So that's one of those bad buy, good buys, right? They're in the store forever, and you're taking up space. And, you know, space sometimes is money, too, because it's keeping you from buying more stuff. But in the end, $1 into, say, $12.50 plus shipping isn't a terrible profit. All right, y'all, we just have a few thank yous for people who got stuff, even though Reagan, how many orders do y'all think shipped out of here yesterday?
I don't know, because I helped with the labels.
You helped with the labels. Yeah, hundreds, right? Yeah. We had 4 bags full of stuff. Crazy. So, and you also have told me that you like Enema Man. Enema Man is the name. Instead of Animan, it's Enema Man. You like it. We've got a lot of suggestions. All right, so we picked some random folks here to say thank you to. Who you got?
Angela, Katie, Holly, and Michael.
Angela, Katie, Holly, and Michael. And looks like from that list you made a bunch of shirts and some stickers and stuff like that.
A sticker, and another shirt, and another shirt.
All right. Well, thank you. And once we slow down a little bit in sales, we'll keep going, doing what we used to do and thanking people and reading a couple things every now and again. But I appreciate your hard work. And I know a lot of people out there do too. So thank you, Reagan.
Bye. And don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
I've just got to show you these t-shirts. Came from Blue Bolt Apparel, I think is the name of the company. BlueBoltApparel.com, I think that's what it is. And it's a couple of teachers. I don't know much about them, but I've got to check it out. Anybody's got a Ferris Bueller quote. And this is the truth, y'all. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. Amen to that, Ferris. So there you go. And a couple of teachers making t-shirts in the shed on the weekend. So cool. And look at this, y'all. If I was, you know, still a history teacher in school, I would be wearing that thing every Friday, right? Scissors beats paper. That's hilarious. Look at this. I'll lay these out and I'll let you take a look. But thank y'all so very much. I like this here. Well-behaved women rarely make history. True, I suppose. Not always true, but mostly true. I think that's probably true of men too. Blue Ridge Mama ought to make a lot of history if that's the case. I mean, she should be the most famous woman in history. I'm kidding. Thank y'all so very much. Do we have names? I think there's a name somewhere. I didn't see a note. Matt, is that right? Anyway, I'm gonna look y'all up. Thank you so very much for sending these. You guys are awesome. And I'll let everybody take a look in a second. Check these out. Stop. Hammer time. 16th century, 1517 to be exact. Martin Luther 95 Theses. I like it very much. This is Oregon Trail. I think it, yeah, it's got to be, right? You have died of dysentery. Oregon Trail. You got to be old like me for that one. 20th century. That's good. I talked about that. This is what, 14th century? Bubonic plague, Black Death. Middle of the century there. And this is, you know, think about masks today. These masks, they would wear, of course, ineffective here for what we're dealing with, because this was, you know, the rats on the fleas and whatnot. But they would wear these, if you've ever heard Ring Around the Rosie, Pocket Full of Posies, Ashes, Ashes, we all fall down. And so the posies, the flowers, they would try to purify the smell, either hold it to their face or put it in these beak-looking things, because they couldn't stand the stench. And some believed it would purify it and whatnot. But crazy, I like that shirt. And it's all, and that's 14th century. What do we got here? So this is 15th century. Is it 1540s? I think that's right. And it's all in the execution, Henry VIII. So cool. I love them, guys. Thank you so much. Quick thank you to Mark from Pensacola, Florida for buying plans for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table. Hopefully you enjoy those, Mark. I know we sure do. It saves us a bunch of time. And thank you to everybody out there. Thanks for all the support on all of the channels on Instagram. If you're on Instagram and you don't follow us, give us a quick follow over there. On Facebook, everywhere. Commonwealth Picker, Commonwealth Flipper, Commonwealth Auctions, and even the Trash to Cash podcast, which is getting more views than it ever has, and it's kind of taken off in the last month. So thank y'all for that, and go check us out. If you're in, you got to be like a hardcore reseller, though. I mean, this is, you know, you got to be like working and shipping to want to listen to that show. Anyway, thank y'all so much. I say it all the time, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you next time.